These scenes of our early family life recall happy and precious moments. Evelyn will do the narrating.
This is the Fogarty coat of arms. Motto, feast and welcome. The family comes from Thurles, County Tipperary, and they still live on the family farms there. The Lincoln family are direct descendants of Charlemagne, Magna Carta barons, several Mayflower pilgrims, Civil and Revolutionary War soldiers in the family of Abraham Lincoln. Now we are at Leland Avenue, and that was Uncle Bob. Kathleen, now this is Mary and Michael. Kathleen is not with us yet. Joseph is coming up. This scene they always enjoy. Any excuse to roughhouse. Our little Michael. Quite a joy always. Michael was a happy little boy. He made us all very happy. Mary had one lovely doll that we dressed every year in the prettiest dresses available. I made them myself. Mary was a very bright little girl. She was one grade ahead of the rest of her school and had no trouble at all. She would merely look at a book and knew what the lesson was. Joe was always very relaxed, enjoyed everything. Games, and as you see, were quite simple, and considering today's games, very inexpensive. They had a lot of fun with them. That is myself. Of course, the baby always gets the most attention, and at that time, Michael was the baby. Grandma Lincoln and Grandpa Lincoln are in the background. They adored the children, they really did. Poor little Mike thought he was going to be a cinch. Obviously, from his stunned look, it wasn't. Come on, kids, let's get it going here. Well, guess who won that battle? I think we had a prejudiced referee. So they all take it out on Daddy. Children enjoy it. I don't know about Tom. I don't think it's any fun to have someone sitting on your face. We all enjoyed our games. Ah, there's Aunt Annie in the background, and Annie Pfeiffer, Mother's sister, and Teresa Prue. That's Marie Fogarty, Bob's wife. Bob is Tom's brother. Mother, and Teresa Prue. Of course, our Christmas tree, we always had a Christmas tree, which we trimmed with ornaments that had accumulated over the years. Many of them I still have and are rather antiques. This is Uncle George Prue. He's also from Detroit. They always enjoyed coming in for Christmas. Of course, they always drove and always worried about getting back. Uncle Bob was a real darling. Always very helpful. In fact, these pictures we are seeing were taken with his camera. Every Christmas we borrowed his Uncle Bob's camera and took the pictures. Children were very lucky in having grandparents that loved them so much and were with them all the time. We lived with Grandma and Grandpa Lincoln, but every Sunday we went over and saw Grandma and Grandpa Fogarty and Anastasia. Mary seemed to love her rocker. I think there's something very comforting about a rocker, and she seemed to enjoy it. And Annie worked for Sears Roebuck for years and years and years. This was Joseph's sled, and at that time that was a pretty fantastic gift. It seemed to me we had quite a bit of snow in those days, and the children got quite a bit of use out of their sleds. They all look so chummy, don't they? But there were times that they all took it out on each other. Mary obviously did not worry about opening an umbrella in the house. Ray Fogarty was a school teacher for many, many years. Now we are at one of our very favorite scenes of the whole. We always remember, Grandpa always carved the turkey. And this year, he had a slight problem. He was cutting that beautiful slice of meat. Very gently, very carefully. And what do you know? There it fell on the floor. But he picked it up, and I don't know if everybody ever ate it or not, but nobody worried too much. Kathleen was with us that year. This was her first year with us, and she was a doll. Really a very pretty little girl and a very happy little girl. And Marie, very pretty. Uncle Bob? Uncle Bob was a great bowler. This is Bernice, their daughter. Bernice, a very quiet little girl, and she married. And at this date, she has 9 children and several grandchildren. Incredible. Joe, we always had to make a little show out of just a plain simple little game, so Joe dressed up in his football helmet. Buying toys for Kathy was always fun. Little girls always had such darling toys. Of course, her doll. Rather chubby at that time, but just as pretty as could be. And the horse. In fact, all her life she loved horses and had quite a collection of them after a while. Ah, my uncoordinated Michael. In those years, his coordination was not good, as you see. But later on, when he was in the Army, they made him safety officer, which really surprised us all. As you can see, too, in those days, guns were accepted. The children loved them, and we thought nothing of having the children have a holster with 2 6-shooters. Too bad this is not in color, because Mary's dress, was a very beautiful red velvet with the little white collar, and it looked so pretty on her. I should say she looked so pretty in it. Grandma had fun with the children had fun with Grandma. Grandma Lincoln was one of 7 children, and believe it or not, my sister who died and I were the only grandchildren, so we were pretty much loved. Our dancers. Hey, that's good music for our little dancers, isn't it? Mary playing the piano. Kathy again. And we always had a game where you can do a little hammering. It gives them something that they can really enjoy. See, she's growing up again. Didn't take much to make her happy. Her pal, Mike. They got along beautifully. Seemed to me Mike had a fantastic tie at that time. The ties were very wide. And Mike loved clothes. He really did, and he really enjoyed them. And Mary received a Howdy Doody doll. Those were the days of Howdy Doody. It was on television, and everybody had to have a Howdy Doody doll. How do you like Howdy Doody dancing to an Irish dance? Joseph had a hand puppet. Of course, he had to show Kathy how to use it. Not quite sure whether she was impressed or not. I have to get in the act too. Well, guess what? Television has come to town, yes? We were one of the first ones to get it. The programs then were very simple, but we loved them. It was so fascinating sitting there and watch the game shows. Grandpa Lincoln loved the wrestling. He would sit there and laugh and laugh. Grandma loved everything. Now, here's our little dancer again. Michael with his guns. Finally got her. So Mary had to get into the act too. Joe had an excellent set of trains. We added to them little by little, and one year down at Leland Avenue, we set up the table and put the whole thing on the table, and with the trains and all the accessories, and the whole neighborhood enjoyed them. Joe was just a very proud engineer, and it wasn't a very expensive train, but Joe still has the train, and his son plays with it and brings in all the children, and they all enjoy it very much. Some of these things are, well, we could call them antiques or collectibles now because they're so old. This may be a little dark, but it's a Christmas again, and Kathy has had this beautiful clown doll. I believe Evelyn and Dorothy Keenly gave it to her, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Great big red hat. And she got a washer and knew just what to do with it. Yes, she got them quite clean, didn't she? Ah. Now she's the cowgirl with the gun. And trying to ride a scooter at the same time. Now that takes dexterity. Michael really spinning that lariat. Does pretty well, too, I think. Can he keep it up? Well, oh well, it didn't do so well for him, so he's gonna... May as well shoot it. Stamp on it? Where did he get all his energy? Kind of handsome young man, wouldn't you say? Cut that out. Mary definitely growing up, getting to be quite the young lady, helping with all the tinsel on the tree, and it had to be done just so, strand at a time. No throwing it. Joe's doing a pretty good job. And our dancers, Mary and Michael. Oh, we even got Grammy in the yank, and you can see how she loves it. And again, our little dancer. Swinging around there. Other arm, please. Now we have moved to Richmond Street, 4448 Richmond Street. Grandma, Fogarty, and Anastasia have come to live with us, so we had to have a home of our own. So we moved from Leland Avenue, and we are now on Richmond Street. Don't you love Michael's hat? Belonged to Tom when he was an usher or a guide at the century of 1933, 1934 Century of Progress. Now here's our tree, and again we put the tinsel on. Kathleen. And now we have Grandma Fogarty, who is living with us now, and she's helping put the tinsel on the tree also. Kathy had a doll again. This is the outfit that Thomas had when he was a guide at the World's Fair, and now he is the policeman guiding everybody, traffic policeman. You may come on, sir. Pants are rather long. Sleeves are very long, but he had fun. Well, this is going to take some doing to get this gentleman past the policeman, but we did. Policeman is following. Now we have another dancer. It looks very much like the Charleston to me. Yes, indeed. And a new football. And too bad. That runner didn't get very far. Wow. Looked dangerous to me. Well, over the year they had very few broken bones or problems. Now we're downstairs on Richmond Avenue in the recreation room. It was not a terribly beautiful place, but it was very homey and a real natural fireplace, and we really enjoyed the fireplace. We have nice, comfortable clothes, and some of our friends there. There were some of Mary's friends. You'll remember them. And I'm downstairs too. A horse! Another horse. Now, coming out of Richmond Street, Dad and Mother, too. In her car, it was a very nice green, I think it was a Plymouth. Grandpa enjoyed that car. He loved to drive. Now we're having a contest. I wonder who is the best archer. Let me see. There goes Joe. We're all watching. There's Johnny Hom cheering everybody on, too, and the rest of the family. And how is Joe going to do with the target? Okay, sir. How did he do? Pretty good. Right at the edge of the bullseye. Now, Mary's going to take her turn. She looks very professional. Yes, indeed, she did practically as well. On the corner of the bullseye. And how come Deadeye Michael? Can he do it too? He wasn't sure for a minute, but yes, indeed. He was pretty close too. My poor Kathleen, she'll never be able to do any better, but she says she can. She says she's going to get it right in the middle. Can she do it? She's even going to be blindfolded. My goodness gracious, how very professional. I wonder what she will do. Wham, there it goes. Off comes the blindfold. How did she do? Looks like she did pretty well. Sure enough, she hit the middle of the target, the bullseye. So Kathy is the winner. Of course, the winner has to be hoisted on shoulders and cheered mightily, just like Mr. Ditka. And Johnny Hom is helping with the celebration. Johnny and his family. And now we're going, this is one of the first years that Tom is a square dance caller. So I think you let him do a little square dance calling for you.
Body your partner, your corners all. All join hands and circle the hall. All the way around the great big ring. And when you get home, swing. That's what you do, swing.
So, that was very good. Thomas, you're a good caller. Now you better dance with me. How about a forward and back? And a forward and back? And how about a swing? Whee! Ah, my beautiful square dance dress. Yes, indeed. Now we're upstairs, and we had a very lovely white mantle up there, and on the mantle some very pretty things, including this ship that was made by one of the craftsmen at Tom's Park, Horner Park. And Grandma Fogarty was very impressed. Kathy had to get in, see what it's all about, too. Where do we live, Mama? Right there. And there's our little infant of Prague. Sister Consoline sent that to us. She used to come and see us once in a while. Grandma admiring Mary's doll. Michael, a bow tie this time. Everybody has to admire it. Who do we have here now? Ah, that's Mother. Mother got dressed up a little bit that time. She got tired of looking like someone from the kitchen, so she put on her pretty velvet dress, and she looked a little better. Now we have moved again. Now we wanted a bigger house, so now we're on Wilson Avenue. 2936 Wilson Avenue. A lovely house. Nice and big. Plenty of room for everybody. And there's the children walking down the driveway. Grandma and Anastasia had a huge bedroom with double beds, which were all across the top floor. They were able to have their friends there, too. And they enjoyed it. And it was closer to church, too, which Anastasia appreciated. And my Mike. And Kathy, I think she's just about the stage where she's losing her teeth. Does she have her teeth? Couldn't see that time. So I say we're in a new house. Welcome. Come in and see it. Our first Christmas there. Lovely tree as usual. And all the presents, dolls. Kathleen there. Kathleen, a year older now. Michael painting. I think it's a paint by numbers game, which is much simpler than doing any other kind. It was a lovely sunny front room. Yes, indeed. Mary, down in our recreation room in the basement, which was lovely too. All pine paneling. We had a lot of happy parties there. Now we're getting to a very sophisticated type of dancing. Very smooth. Notice the background. Our bar. And Mary has to have a partner who better than her dad with his fantastic suspenders. I think they were red. Probably were, because I probably gave it to him. Well, we got a wiggly finger there, too. Now we have our Michael, who is now very sedate. Wait till he sees himself dancing around the floor, dancing up a storm. And in the background, Joe pouring out the liquor, Mary waving money, please, bartender. Kathy banging on the bar, attention here, please. Ah, she got hers. Now Michael is banging on the bar. Poor bartender Joe. He's got to keep that bar clean. Just remember, that's not a beer bottle. It may be a beer bottle, but there was only water in it. Hi, Joe. Ah, my dad. Dad and Grandma Fogarty got along very nicely. She was always very happy when he came over. Now we had a little pincushion doll. Grandpa really had the cutest grin. After a party, it was so nice just to have a cup of coffee in my kitchen and then sit at the bar. We had a nice little bar. Just relax and take it easy. Again, another Christmas tree, and Kathy with her doll, a little bigger doll this year. Now we have a visit from Mary Von Collin. She is Michael's godmother. Grandma had help with the chisel on the tree. Well, I think it was quite a large tree. Grandma and Grandpa. They celebrated their 50th anniversary not too long after, and it was a lovely affair. Grandpa had a wonderful time kissing all the girls. Our backyard with the swing. Watch our athlete. My goodness gracious. Look at that, hanging by her feet. Can she get up? Oh, that's the big problem. No problem. Mike up a tree? It was a cherry tree.
I should interject and say, this is not easy. You try it sometime.
Oh, I was always proud of Tom's athletic prowess. Now we have a little parade. Joe, I think that was his first real suit. I think that was when he graduated from high school. Mary, very pretty. She looks very much like her cousin Bernice, too. Where's Mike? Ha ha ha, he had to do it a different way, didn't he? But he came in there. Hi, Mike. And Kathy had to do it her way, down the banister. Hi there. A kiss no less. Look at those. Oh dear, I loved that mantle there with books, and it was so gracious. We could put there's a picture of John McCormick on the mantle at that time. It was a personally autographed to Tom. The clock there is the one we had given Grandma and Grandpa Fogarty on their 50th anniversary. It's a chime clock, and we still have it. Kathy, and Mike, and Mary, and Joe, and there I am with Tom. Hey, he likes me. This is the family with some of Joe's friends. Norm Lynn, Lloyd from next door, and some of the other boys. They all were very interested in Mary. Grandma with her caracal coat. Loved Michael wheeling Kathy in the go-kart. And turnabout is fair play. Guess who's pushing who? We're going into color now. Yes, indeed. This is our first color films. And this is our little crib set. This may be a little dark because we're sort of experimenting. You can see how pretty the red dress comes out. The lance. Hi there, Kathy. And this is a gift Tom gave me. It's a little container for potato chips and pretzels. And anytime there's food, Michael is close by. Yes, indeed. It was wonderful having people who enjoyed eating because I enjoyed cooking. Many times after school, just before school let out, I would bake a cake or something, and when they came home, the aroma of cake was all through the house, and they loved it. And they ate it. Nice going. Now, Mary is really modeling this lovely dress that she has. She's a young woman now, yes indeed. None of that childish stuff anymore. We get perfume, jewelry. Joe in his room, there was a very nice little room downstairs. It was all his. Do his homework. Joe at that age was getting very serious. Very grown up, and the family. And Mama comes in there too. Very proud of her family. Took our games very seriously. Grandma and Teresa again, how nice. And Dad. Dad surely enjoyed the children, and Grandma did too, of course. And Teresa had lost Uncle George at this time, so she came by herself, and we tried to make her happy. Dad's taking part in the games. Hi, Daddy. How are you doing with your set? This is our poker group. Bill Lurch, Eileen, Helen, and Harb Rossing. There I am. We played approximately once a month, and we had a wonderful time. We put some money in the kitty, and then we went to a show or something. Tom in his blue shirt. Isn't it wonderful? We can show you blue shirt. Color is delightful. Now we're at Kathleen's birthday party. Everybody has a present. Mary, Mama, and even Grandpa brought something. Grandma's there. Joe has a very fantastic shirt on. Mama has one of her square dance dresses on. Mike in the back, clowning up again. Mary with a new hairdo, and Grandpa enjoying it. Mary opening her gifts, which I have a faint idea is going to be a toy or a horse of some kind. Yes, indeed, a horse. Grandpa used to come over every Friday and take me shopping in those days. He enjoyed it, and I did too. We got a chance to talk. Kathleen getting prettier every day. Still very much in love with horses. Here I am in my square dance dress. And Joe in his very unusual shirt, teasing Grandma. Wear that on your head, Grandma. I ain't gonna do it. Kathy just having fun. And Mary. Kathleen was in Girl Scouts, and one of the programs they put on, they had these horses that they had made, somebody in the front, somebody in the back, and I was the one who choreographed the dance for one of the occasions they had, and it was quite a hit. And one of the interesting parts is when the horse turned his back and wiggled. The audience really went wild. It was really fun. Guess who was the rear end of the horse? It was Michael. Yes, indeed. And Daddy! Oh, gee, that was quite a burden, quite a bunch of girl there. Now, I think we ought to have a little bunny hop if anybody remembers how to do it. Well, Kathy can do it, and Grandma's sure trying. Everybody else is rather... It's a little hard to coordinate these things somehow. We're still on Wilson Avenue, and these are my salvias. I planted them every year, and these are the giant salvias, and I really love them. They made the house look so pretty. Michael with all his trophies. He was very much the athlete, and softball especially. In fact, later on, when he moved into his own house, he had so many trophies, the shelf broke down, and many of his trophies were destroyed. His little daughter, Christine, had so many trophies for baton twirling that she had a problem finding room for him, too. This is Joe's first car, sort of a clunker, but gave him a little pleasure for a while. I don't know how long it lasted, but not very long. Too many repairs. Hi, Grandpa, come to take me shopping? Yes, indeed. He would bring all the ads for the papers, and we would go shopping every Friday. Michael got Grandma a new hat. Michael was very much dressed up that day, so he had to dress Grandma up, too, and she always went along with everything. Another square dance, one of my very favorite square dance dresses. Grandma in the swing. As you see, it must have been a very strong swing, but sort of a little bend in the top, so somebody... Look at Michael's coat. Kathy trying her bicycle wings. Everybody happy. Everybody helping. Another bunny hop that didn't work too well. Now, Michael does very well with his arms, not too well with his feet. Guess who's behind? Mama! Guess behind Kathleen, and guess who's the star of the show? Grandma. There she goes. There she goes. And why are we brushing off the seat? There he is, head of the house. Well, let's not get too carried away by these things. Hi there. Who was sitting there? Again, our family. Lovely Leland Wilson Avenue. He had two great big picture windows. Every Christmas, our Christmas tree was in one window, and then a huge crib was in the other. It was quite lovely. Everybody enjoyed it. Grandpa would have done very well, except he smoked too much, and those huge cigars didn't help, so he finally died of emphysema. Kathy on her bike. What? No hands? Hi, honey. Kathy now has 3 children of her own. Mary has 2 children of her own, 2 boys. Joe, by the way, has 6. This is Mundelein College. This is where I went to school the first year that it was established. Cardinal Mundelein established, so we named it Mundelein College. But the sisters, the BVMs, had to pay for it, which was quite expensive, but they managed. And I went to school there the first 4 years, a charter class. Fantastic. Mary went to school, graduated in 1960, and this is her graduation. Well, weren't those hats fantastic? I love that white hat. Sorry, I should be looking at Mary in her gown, but all I'm looking at is my hat. So the family had to join. Michael is graduating the same day from Loyola Academy, but he's there for Mary's graduation. Grandma and Grandpa there too? Loyola Academy and Michael's graduation. Mike had to take the bus there every day, but it picked him up, so it wasn't too much of a problem. He went on to Loyola, became a lawyer. Now he has 2 children of his own. This is Michael's prom. Very elegant, yes indeedy. We're all very proud of him. Never did find out who he... This is a gift. Graduation gift. What's in that big box?
How much?
Guess what he has? A wristwatch. A wristwatch. Isn't that exciting? Now, in those days, a wristwatch you got for graduation. You didn't get them when you were 3 years old, the way you do nowadays. I think it was kind of a special one. Mom and Mike. Mary, looking prettier than ever. Kathy. Darling. Yeah, guess who's congratulating? Michael, Daddy. Notice, poor Michael thought he'd never grow tall, and now, my goodness, he's about half a head taller than his dad. There is mother with her 2 big sons. Very proud of him. Michael is a lawyer, and Joseph is working for his brother-in-law at the Department of Education. Mama, Kathleen in her pretty green suit. We really enjoyed Wilson Avenue, a beautiful house. I loved my garden, had lots of roses there. Missed it terribly for a long time when I moved away. We were so happy because 2 people, when everybody was gone, 2 people in that big house was just too much. So now we can close the door and travel as Tom and I have done. Hi, Daddy. Kathleen and Mother in front of Wilson Avenue. My pretty salvias in the background. We have to see the salvia. Will everybody notice? All the neighbors enjoyed them. Nowadays, I walk in front of other people's gardens and enjoy them, but I don't have to dig them up, plant them, just enjoy them. Mom and Dad, Mom and Daddy, there we are. Very happy days. Goodbye now.
That's it.
Wonderful.
God bless you all.
Love you all.